Greetings everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I have some pretty shocking news to share, especially when it comes to the contract of a quarterback that caught everyone off guard. If you haven't seen the details of this agreement yet, get ready because it's a deal that went way beyond expectations. We're talking about a contract that is not only huge in value but also extremely favorable for the player. You're going to want to hear this, trust me. In addition to that, there are other updates about the team that I'll be getting into in just a bit. But before we dive deep into all of that, remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. We've got a lot of exciting content coming your way, and with the off-season in full swing, expect even more frequent updates. Now, let's get to the juicy details of this quarterback's contract, which, by the way, is set to run through 2025, 2026, and 2027. So let's break it down. First off, the base salary is something that might seem somewhat insignificant at first glance. But the real money, and the part that matters most in these types of contracts, especially for a quarterback, lies in the salary cap hits. This year, the salary cap stands at a solid $40 million, which is a great amount, and for next season it's going to drop slightly to $26.5 million, still a very respectable sum. Now, let's talk about 2027. That's where the cap will hit $39.5 million, which is substantial. To me, this contract looks like one of the best deals for a quarterback in the league, and I couldn't be more excited about how this is all shaping up. I honestly didn't expect it to be this good. Now, let's get into the specifics. According to trusted sources, the quarterback signed a 2-year extension worth $75 million back in April 2025. And here's where it gets interesting. Out of that total, $66.5 million is fully guaranteed for injury, and $58.5 million was guaranteed at signing. That's some serious financial security right there. In addition to that, the contract includes a guarantee of $35.5 million, and for 2025, his base salary is fully guaranteed. On top of that, $18.5 million of his 2026 salary is also locked in. And let's not forget the $16 million bonus he received as part of the previous contract. This is also counted as part of the total guarantees. But it doesn't stop there. If the player is still with the team on the third day of the 2026 league year, he'll get another $8.5 million bonus, bringing his total guaranteed incentives to $10.5 million. When you add it all up, this is an incredibly favorable deal for the player, and the salary cap impact for the team in 2025 is up by $9 million because of the new agreement. It's worth mentioning that the structure of this contract is very well thought out, and it's clear the team is getting excellent value for the money. Honestly, when you look at this deal, you can't help but be impressed. I've been following this closely, and I'd give this contract an A+ rating without a doubt. This quarterback is a true top-tier talent, and I firmly believe he'll be in the conversation for one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, especially considering the new coaching staff and the offensive line, which is miles ahead of what he's had to work with in recent years. To put it simply, this deal just makes a ton of sense for everyone involved. And you might be thinking, but what about the $40 million in cap space? Well, here's the thing. That money is essentially coming from the owner's pocket. It doesn't impact the team's salary cap or create any limitations for them moving forward. What this means is that the actual cost of having this quarterback on the roster is much lower than it seems, which is fantastic news for the team. If you really break it down, this contract is a 2-year, $66.5 million deal, which translates to a quarterback at a legitimate price of about $35 million per season. When you take into account a $40 million salary cap this year, that's actually quite reasonable. The upcoming $26.5 million in 2026 and the $39 million in 2027 without guarantees are also very manageable and add a lot of flexibility. Now, let's talk about some of the incentives built into the contract. There are performance-based goals tied to passing completion percentages, wins, passing yards, and touchdowns. These factors will play a role in the structure of the deal, adding even more value for the player. When you look at the full picture, you can see just how well the team has positioned itself with this agreement. I'm really impressed with the value this contract brings to the table, and I think it's absolutely deserving of that A+ grade. Of course, there's the elephant in the room, the lack of playoff wins. But as I mentioned, that's often out of the quarterback's control, and I believe Geno can prove himself if given the right opportunity. The bottom line for the team is that they've invested in a quarterback who can win, and at the end of the day, that's what really matters in the NFL. The flexibility in his contract is another major win for the team, as they can choose to move on from Geno in 2026 or 2027 if his performance doesn't meet expectations. The team could save $8 million in dead money in 2026, which gives them a lot of options moving forward. So, to sum up, this contract isn't just a good deal for the quarterback. It's a great deal for the team as well. The structure gives the team a lot of flexibility, and the incentives ensure that the player remains motivated. With the way the salary cap is set up, this contract is a win-win for everyone involved. I'm excited to see how things play out, and I think this quarterback is set to make a huge impact. Moving on, another crucial aspect of this deal is the flexibility it provides for the team down the line. There's always a possibility that the organization could choose to move on from this quarterback in 2026 or 2027 if his performance doesn't meet expectations. But the good news is that the structure of the contract gives them plenty of room to make that decision. If the team does part ways with him in 2026, they'll save $8 million in dead money on the salary cap, which is a great position to be in, considering how many teams end up stuck with huge dead money penalties for cutting or trading players early in their contracts. This is the kind of flexibility that makes this deal so well thought out and beneficial for the team. The flexibility isn't just in terms of cutting or trading the player though. The contract is structured in a way that gives the team options to restructure the deal if needed, depending on how the salary cap evolves over the next few years. This allows them to remain competitive while also keeping the quarterback's compensation in line with the performance on the field. As much as the focus is on the financials and salary cap management, the reality is that at the end of the day, football is about winning games, and that's the primary reason why this contract is so valuable to the team. The fact that the team has secured a quarterback who is consistently winning games is significant. In the past 3 seasons, only 6 quarterbacks have managed to win at least 27 games, and this quarterback is one of them. This speaks volumes about his ability to lead a team to victory, and that's what ultimately matters in the NFL. Sure, there may be some naysayers out there who focus on playoff performance, but let's not forget that a quarterback's success in the postseason often depends on the quality of the team around him. If the team can keep building around him and improve its overall roster, there's no reason why they can't make a serious run at a Super Bowl. And that's where this contract becomes even more important. It's not just about getting a good quarterback on a good deal. It's about getting a quarterback who has the potential to lead the team to the promised land. Now, let's talk about the team's overall strategy moving forward, particularly when it comes to their draft plans. The flexibility they've built into this contract gives them the ability to target a quarterback in the draft, but it doesn't force them into making that decision if the situation doesn't call for it. The fact that they can still look at other positions of need, like defense or offensive line, and use the draft to fill those gaps without worrying about a major cap hit is a huge advantage. If they do decide to go after a quarterback in the draft, they now have the option to bring him in, let him develop for a year or two, and still have the flexibility to move on from the current quarterback if necessary. This is especially important in the ever-changing world of the NFL, where a team's needs can shift quickly based on player performance and team dynamics. The way this contract is structured also gives the team an opportunity to be aggressive. In free agency, if they want to make a big splash and go after a top-tier player to fill another key position, the contract gives them room to do that without hampering their salary cap situation. It's clear that the front office has a long-term plan in mind, and the structure of this deal fits perfectly into that vision. It's about building a team that can compete for championships year in and year out, and this quarterback's contract is a major piece of that puzzle. As we move forward into the offseason and beyond, the team's strategy will continue to evolve, and this quarterback's contract will be a key factor in shaping that. It's a deal that sets the team up for success, both in the short term and in the long run. The quarterback is locked in, and now it's time to build around him, whether it's adding more talent through the draft or making key moves in free agency. The team is in a great position to make a run at a Super Bowl. And as fans, that's all we can really ask for. A team that's always looking to improve and that has a clear plan for the future. In the end, the beauty of this contract is that it allows the team to remain competitive while giving them the flexibility to adapt to any situation that arises. It's a smart, forward-thinking deal that provides both security and options. Whether the quarterback continues to perform at a high level or whether the team decides to go in a different direction in a couple of years, they've set themselves up for success. And that's exactly what you want from a contract. Something that benefits both the player and the team, giving them the best possible chance to win games and compete for championships. It's a great time to be a fan of this team, and I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Could this be the biggest quarterback shakeup of the decade? Rumors swirling around the NFL this week have ignited intense speculation as insiders report that the Las Vegas Raiders are seriously eyeing MVP quarterback Josh Allen in what could become one of the most sensational acquisition attempts in recent memory. Though Allen recently inked a historic $330 million extension with the Buffalo Bills, sources suggest that the Raiders are exploring aggressive avenues to test the Bills' resolve, and maybe even Allen's loyalty. Josh Allen has become the face of the Buffalo Bills since being drafted in 2018, transforming the franchise into a perennial playoff contender. With 5 consecutive division titles and 2 trips to the AFC Championship game, Allen's resume speaks volumes. His 2024 season was his crowning achievement so far, capturing the NFL MVP award and etching his name into league history as the first Bills quarterback to ever win the honor. Still, even with his elite performance, the Bills have consistently fallen short in the postseason, particularly against their playoff nemesis, the Kansas City Chiefs. After yet another heartbreaking loss to the Chiefs in the 2024 AFC Championship game, some around the league speculate that Allen could be looking for a fresh start, and the Raiders, with their new front office and aggressive offseason strategy, might just be ready to give it to him. The Raiders, currently in search of a franchise quarterback to ignite a new era in Las Vegas, view Allen as the ideal centerpiece. Sources close to the organization hint at a potential package that could include multiple first-round picks and key defensive assets in a blockbuster bid. While no official talks have been confirmed, the buzz around league circles is that Las Vegas is preparing to go all in. Whether this is a bold power move or a pipe dream, the mere idea of Josh Allen in silver and black has fans and analysts alike on edge. Could the Raiders really pry away the most electrifying quarterback in football? Even after a record-breaking extension, one thing's for sure, this story is far from over and the stakes couldn't be higher. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.